Hello, everyone. We are here for the workshop for Asian American Pacific Islander Month. Um, and today we are talking with my coworker KO Thao. I'm
Yeah.
Nicholas. And he's gonna tell you a little bit about seedlings that we're growing um, for Southeast Asian seedlings that we're growing. You
Ah.
wanna take it away?
Oh yeah, nice. When I'm a coworker, network manager for Rooted, and this is a very good years. I have been involved with farming and gardening with my parents for a long time, and every years when they need their seedling done, they usually put it in a tray and then put it by the windows to catch the sun. And that's how everyone in Madison, Wisconsin, especially here, that's how they start their seedling for the New Year's, for the upcoming years. And you go to their home, you always see pots of seedling, but that is such a hard way of starting your seedling. So people start to go to St. Paul, the Twin City, to get their seedling, and what those are is very hard for them to drive all the way to Twin City to get seedlings. And I'm very happy that this year we actually get to uh, collaborate with Tri Farms and Star Seeds here in one of their greenhouse, and we are starting with a lot of plant. The bean families were a couple of those, the squash families, hot peppers, rooted species like jicamas.
Where's the jicamas?
Yeah, jicamas is
Oh, here we go.
way down there.
There's some here too.
Yeah. Uh,
What are jicamas?
jicamas is a rooted plant. Back in Southeast Asia, we plant it along with intermix with your rice farm or your corn farm. As the corn and the rice climbs up, these will be growing underneath then. And when you harvest, you get 2, 3 crops from the same field. And yeah, multicultural growth like that. So we have eggplant too.
Or are they eggplant? Oh, here's some eggplant.
Yeah, those are eggplant.
Um, and I guess so. Eggplant, green beans, hot peppers.
Hot peppers, squash.
What? So like those are also, I guess you could say, European or American crops. So what makes these ones sort of Southeast Asian?
These are Southeast Asian. A lot of this I still remember. My parents came over to the United States. They brought along with their kids a couple pots here, a couple pots there of their special seeds. These are special seeds that pass down from generation to generations, and they're not your usual online ordering seeds.
Yeah,
These
these
are
ones are the beans, right?
yes.
Do they have a name?
Uh, these are the called tàu zai. These are stripe or what some other in some other language is called rattlesnake or rattlesnake beans or something, but we call it tàu zai. These are pretty much they are bigger and more tender than your usual green beans that you find at the grocery stores.
Are these the long beans or?
These are the short one. They're about 4 to 6 inches. As long as your regular green bean from the store, but they are wider in width and they have a different taste to it. According to me, they are much more tender than your grocery store one. I think that this is the one I like. So, like again, we just Southeast Asia we grow things that are custom to our taste.
Are we doing long beans?
We do long bean too.
Is that
Long
what the far ones are?
Yes, I think these are the long beans. They could those you could eat those raw with what they call it, sumtam, papaya salad. You could eat it with them raw, or you could eat them uh,
Sumtam is papaya salad.
papaya salad, or you could shred them and stir fry them. And there's many way of cooking them.
Yeah, you want to talk about like the
Yeah.
cucumbers, the
Yeah,
squash
we
family
have.
got?
Yeah, we do have the squash family. The squash family, I believe they're the bitter melon, which Hmong call it rau air. It's bitter melons is a very staple cucumber family. It's good with all kind of meat. You could stir fry it. You could. Some people eat it raw if you can.
Oh, this is a bitter melon.
Yeah, if you can bear the bitterness of it, you can eat it raw, or you can cook it. You can boil it with whatever you meat you want with it, and it's supposed to be very healthy. And there's a cucumber.
Yeah?
Yes, I do. Yeah, a lot of them you can you do not only eat the fruit, you eat the tip. You pinch off the soft tip, and then you stir fry it. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, there's many use to it. There's cucumber.
Is that for the just the bitter melon or the cucumbers as well? You can eat the tip.
Cucumber, we have not tried with the tips, but bitter melons and pumpkins and squash tip is all edible. Actually, some people will actually grow them just for the tip instead of the fruit. It has a special taste that if you eat it for a while, you will acquire that tip. Huh?
It's raw or cooked?
It cook. The tip usually eat cook,
Okay.
but the fruit you could eat either way, raw or cook. It depends on how you like it.
Yeah,
And the
labels are-
cucumbers, they are seeds. They are from seeds that is what you might call a vintage seed that people just heirloom. They family keep it and save it individually from farmer to farmer. And whatever they need, they save it for next year instead of going to the grocery store. So these are very unique genetically. If you think of genetic, they are very unique to the farmer that grows them.
It's the Hmong pumpkin.
Yeah, the
cucumber, and
Hmong pumpkins. They grow, like I said before, they grow for both the fruit and the tip. Older people usually likes the tip more than the pumpkins. The pumpkins also heirloom that pass from mother to daughter, daughter to granddaughters. They're bred for the sweet taste. They're not bred for look, but they're bred for taste. And these tau mông or mông pumpkin, they are more sweeter than the one that you found at your farmer's Halloween pumpkins. They're not making for jack-o'-lantern. They're grown for the sweet taste that they have. They're bred for many years. Yeah.
You want to talk about the eggplants we're growing?
Yeah, the eggplant that we have, the what they call it, the Thai round, which is very popular. It's with every Hmong garden you'll find Thai round eggplant, and you'll find the uh, other bigger eggplant called sunshine or some sunshine eggplant. And those are very popular along with tomato. Those in any garden you'll find those, and those are used pretty much in almost every cooking.
We're not growing tomatoes.
We're not growing tomato because they're tomatoes. There's plenty of them out there. Then I would call it. I would not call it specialty. They are very common. Yeah. And the new one is some of the eggplant. They are very similar to African eggplant, like the pea eggplant and the bitter Turkish
Bitter ball.
bitter ball and the pea eggplant. Yeah, those are very special too. I only seen them with Southeast Asian farmers or African farmers. I only find those with those two ethnic group that they're the only one that grows those.
Yeah, do you know how that came about? Is it they both bred similar eggplants, or they just both
I think
adopted?
is the taste. They have a little bitterness to it, and I think it's the taste that they keep on propagating those two species because of the taste that they like. A lot of people that use herbal medicine. What my parents told me is the bitter the plant is, the more effective the medicinal values of the plant is. So I guess that rings true. I think African and Southeast Asian they lean toward the bitterness is more of a cuisine as well as the medicinal values that
Okay.
they're looking for.
I don't think Shia's came through on my question. The bitter, the better.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a question. So would you say like Southeast Asian and like African people or different cultures eat more for the medicinal properties than
I would say so.
Let me
Yeah.
ask the question
Yeah.
because it's the mic thing. You said would Southeast Asian and Africans eat more food for the medicinal properties?
Mindfulness for the bitterness, especially the medicinal. Yeah, I do believe that's what it is because a lot of plants that my parents brought over, those that is not in the form of a seed, they brought it in little seedling on the plane and laid them next to their kids all the way from Southeast Asia to America here, and they still have those passing from
This was many
from
years ago.
this is many years
Beyond the
ago,
statute of
40, 50 years
limitations
ago.
for,
40, 50 years ago, and we still have those plants that my parents brought over in a pot next to the little kids that sit up next to them.
so they're like vegetatively grown.
Yeah,
Or by
those
seed?
that brought that they brought in the forms of seedling, those can only be propagated vegetatively or ear layer them from one branch to the next and from one season to the next through air layering propagation or cutting propagations, and those that they can brought with brought over in the forms of seed. Then they brought it over with a seed. They make their own sack out of cloth, and then they put their seeds there, and then brought it over. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So is that like the chicken herbs?
Oh
Talk
yeah,
about that.
the chicken herbs, and I think some of them are actually considered to be medicine instead of herbs, but because of the difference in weathers, I think some of the actual medicinal plant were lost. But the chicken herbs, those that you could plant it for cuisines and medicinal at the same time, I think those are the ones that survive because they use it more. So this the the desire to propagate them to keep them going. If there's more desire to keep them going, so those survive. Yeah, chicken herbs are the one that they brought over, and they continuously propagate them.
Do
So
you want to say what they are, or how they're used?
some of them is not just one plant. They mix it together. There's for each herb they mix this 4 5 different kind of herbs. I don't have their name right off my head, but there are some that is like grass. looks like grass. There's some that looks like your regular plant. Yeah, so these chicken herbs are usually mothers and daughters are the one that knows them most because they use it heavily when a woman give birth and they're supposed to be strengthening them up, or someone is sick, their lack of nutrition or lack of vitamins, they stew it with chickens and then hope with the desire to bring back health and strength again. That's what they call it, chicken herbs.
Nice. And the chicken herbs will be at our Capitol garden this year.
Yes, yes. This ceiling, we will those that we have germinate well, we will sell some of them to the community. Some of them we will plant it into one of the herbal garden that we have here at Troy Farm. Some of them we will plant it at the Capitol Gardens, and hopefully we have QR codes, or if you come around at Troy Garden or at the Capitol Garden, you want to learn more about each individual plant, we will have the plant descriptions and uses down there to help you understand what each plant is.
Because the focuses will be Southeast Asian seedlings.
Yes. Yes.
Or not seedlings, but
yes.
Herbs and vegetables.
Yes, a lot of them will be vegetable or herbs, and some of these are not some plant that you see every day at your farm. So for someone who have not seen before, it might look like a weed, but they do have medicinal value uses for those that actually know them for quite a while. They know how to use it. So a lot of them they're medicinal, but to some that do not know much about them, they might look like weed. So it's an educational thing. So yeah, it will be good for everyone.
Nice. Anything else?
Yeah. Just give you everyone a little bit about personal biography. I back in Southeast Asia, I was 6, 7 years old, and in Southeast Asia, most people make their living doing their own farming, self-sufficient farming. It's it's very often that you go to store to buy your rice or your vegetable. Every family they grow for their own use and they're self-sufficient over there. And since early, I have helped my parents grow what they need to grow. Maybe help them watering, help them with planting, help them with weeding. And as we came to the United States, that lifestyle did not stop. My parents kept on farming. When we live in the south side of Madison, they have their own little plot and they grow for what they need. Besides going to the store, they also grow their own plot every year. And we move around all around Madison, and everywhere we go, my mom and dad always have a plot or two to grow whatever they want. And along all those time, while going through the whole school system in Madison here, I always end up going to help with them with waterings or weedings or carrying bucket this or that. Or once they harvest it, being a strong boys that they have living with them, I go carry buckets of produce back into the house. So that was my job, and I was introduced early into gardening activity. And as I grew up and have families of my own, I have my own plot now. Instead of helping my parents, I have my own plot, and I do gardening and growing my own food every year as well. So I hopefully my kids will pick those up, and as I move on, they will continue traditions where your food is, you get to choose what you get to choose to grow what you like to eat instead of going look around at the grocery store. Yeah, and plus they're healthy too, organically grown. Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Should we do a little thinning mini workshop?
Yeah.
You want to make?
Oh, give me a mic. Throw it.
Oh,
Is it on?
It's on.
Guys.
If there's a green light, it's on.
Okay. It's a green light. Hey guys, we're thinning our Southeast Asian crops right now. What you see right here is peppers. So these are the sweet peppers.
Sweet ganji.
Japanese version of
So these are what we're sitting right now. This is on those things. And then these are the sweet peppers. And so basically, we just find the best looking and strongest looking oil and break off the top to the rest.
It's like the hardest part of farming. I feel like you're just killing most of the
Honestly, I wanted to like thin them out and like take
We
one.
were talking about transplanting them, but like we don't have time.
Yeah, so it's really hard, but it's necessary. It's a necessary evil.
Competition is bad.
Yeah, they won't grow. Yeah, they won't grow right, especially in small pots, because we are trying to sell them to the community. And so you pretty much seen everything else. Yeah. But these cucumbers, look at these. Y'all know project. Y'all are about to have like a great harvest this year, so we're looking forward to seeing everybody. We put a lot of love into this project. So,
Okay.
Oh yeah.